Okay, good thing I checked the time. It was about to go over. August 26th, or I keep wanting to say 27, doesn't matter. It'll be here soon enough. 2024, beautiful, cool, overcast day. Give you an idea, I got pretty much all the windows open, but I've been tempted to maybe close some. But I like the fresh air so much. So anyhow, would you like to live in the Pacific Northwest? We could make that happen, maybe, if it works out that way. No place I'd rather live. Anyhow, what was I talking? I was blathering on about it. Again, $1 million within 2 years. I'm serious. You just need to listen. That's the first thing. You need to listen. Right. Web3, trillions of dollars market cap means real cash in the market right now. Billions of dollars being exchanged every day, yesterday, tomorrow, today, right now. And the entrepreneurial stories coming out like on YouTube make $1 million seem almost trivial. So there we go. So, assuming that you can suspend your disbelief about $1 million within 2 years and are interested in what I might be offering, again, this isn't for everyone. I know that. I don't need everyone. I need extremely special people. You're right. I was talking about, okay, so uh, market analysis. So suffice to say, there's plenty of market. There's plenty of money right now, today. If I can get project managers to help me get these projects done today, right now, um, but that said, one of our principles is to not be greedy too. If I find a project manager getting greedy, I'm going to pull the team together and say, whoa, 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 whoa. Sure, there's plenty of profit potential, but what if we don't get greedy and say, what suffices? What's enough? What's enough for this project? Because see, that's part of what I bring to the table is billionaire mind machine. You you got to think in terms of the bigger pictures and long LTR. I think the 21st century paradigm for successful companies is going to be to get back to LTR, which is long-term relationships. 20th century greed and over specialization has squeezed things to where any of the 20th century companies are dying, are going to die. They're not sustainable. They've got it all wrong. Sorry, but true. And the current crop of asshole billionaires will have their fun and try to do their philanthropic Rockefeller thing to try to uh, buy their legacy and die. And in the case of something like the DuPont fortune, man, the descendants inherit a fortune and a fortune and a fortune, it goes way down. And they're still making the Forbes 400 list, as far as I know. Anyhow. So I cleared that. And what I was getting at is we're looking at, I guess we could say micro markets. We're willing to look at micro markets. No, these guys aren't prime time yet, but we can learn on them very cheaply. And they do have the potential that they could lead into being valuable assets in the future. So that's one thing about Unicorn Mint and getting a fan base and as we make collectible items, scarce items, the early stuff, no matter how crude or back cruder the better, maybe. Let me tell you sometimes about the yard sale I got the third Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic book from. That was a very good trade. I traded it at a comic book shop. Anyhow, it was like self-published by the original cartoonist, and it was in black and white. Yeah, this is before like Marvel and stuff like that picked it up, and they hit really big. So, how much of a collector's item do you think that is? Well, back in the late '80s when I acquired it, I got $14 worth of credit at a comic book shop that had 25-cent a comic book bins. And I just kind of bought all kinds of collections of these things that, because they were still pretty recent and new and not really desirable, um, I bought all kinds of collections within that 14. Anyhow, that's innovative entrepreneur here. Another quick story of give you an idea when I was a child, when I had some money and it was between buying like a Snickers bar or something that was quick and gone, and maybe you wanted more, or a comic book, which is an asset that I could read, maybe reread and barter to other kids. And it's an asset. Even then, it was an asset. Now some of those are really big assets. And that leads me to someday asking me about my story of my next door friend's older brother buying Fantastic Four #1 off the stands and it making the rounds of every kid in the neighborhood. Anyhow, what were we talking about? Yeah, NFT. So we're micro and analyzing. Um, and when we do that, like, okay, what's the one I'm looking at? Maybe I should just get polygons there. Yeah. So we want to keep an eye on it because there's always up and comers and yeah, you want to be aware when. Okay, Phantom. I've been staying away from Phantom, evidently, because they talk about a Phantom wallet and they talk about Phantom the token, and they're not spelled the same, and I don't think they have any relationship. So, too confusing. Leave it for later. Mantle, that's totally new, and it's showing up in my volatility is showing up. Let's put it that way. But I don't really know anything beyond that. But see, one of the things I'm doing, I'm having such difficulties getting stuff minted like on Ocean Sea that I'm saying, well, I want to say hundreds, but there's at least dozens of marketplaces and exchanges that can be used, right? And you're getting an idea of how many these are platforms. Each one of these are platforms. Each one of these, what will we be doing with Arbitrum if we develop on it? We'd be running a smart agent. Yes, smart contract. Uh, but I'm past smart contracts and D apps and think in terms of smart agents. What is a smart agent? An agent is something, whether it's human or a machine, that can do something for you. What can you do for me? Alrighty. So, but when we're in these markets, let's okay. Let's go with Arbitrum. Like I said, Arbitrum. It's too early to expect to make good ROI, but it's cheap enough to learn a lot from it, and lessons learned should be scalable up to where the ROI is. Okay. See that you're not talking about one thing anymore. You're talking about a whole network. And every one of these protocols probably, well, with Chainlink or something like that, can be networked with the other protocols. See, network is the computer. Network is the computer. The network is the computer. It's called cloud computing. It's called Cloud 3. Anyhow, rather than a trillion dollars, $1 billion, and well, look at this. There's only like $144 million in Arbitrum right now. 144 million dollars. Now that would be, I would call that a micro cap with my background in stock investing and stuff, right? But who cares? Let's see, what's in the last 24 hours, the market cap has gone up 12%. Do you know what that means? That means our investment in Arbitrum here has potentially gone up like 12% because money's coming into it. Sales volume, another good thing to keep an eye on, and they typically do 24-hour. Okay, so this is really micro caps. Sales volume in the last day has only been $127,000. Okay, we're starting to get down into our comfort zone for one thing. But see, we're more interested in percentages and up or downs and that. Ooh, okay. Here's something we're looking for. And see, sorry, but I have a hard time reading the screen. For some reason, green on white isn't a good idea. But that's a 4 and a 2, so we're talking 42%. Now let this sink in. Oh wow. And they have like little bar things or whatever in their way down. And like today is like, so something has happened today. Somebody's either pumping to dump. So the volume went yesterday or whatever, the volume went way down. No, the market cap went down and now it bounced back. So things are bouncing back. A whale could be a big fish in a small pond, could be pumping and dumping, or there could be a rug pull pending. So that tells us about the Arbitrum market. See, now my cybernauts, and I need to, good time to take a break. This is training for the cybernauts. If you're interested in being a cybernaut, this is the kind of spelunking we need to do because we need to know what's going on. It's that knowledge, if we can use it. Like in this case, part of the analysis is what's the top five? Let's be until or even three. Okay, just three. Three is a good number to start with. What's the top three NFTs today, right now, on CoinMarketCap? And can we follow a path to them? And can we learn some lessons? Can we get some ideas that maybe we want to make some parameters to go into a new NFT project? See, oh, okay. Part of the oh, I better bounce this. Anyhow, spinning. We all want to know what spinning is and how to do it. Uh, with that, we can crank out unlimited intellectual property that's valuable. Sound fun?